very good game, very exciting game for us to be a part of. We beat the #1 team in the conference. Akron is very good. All credit goes to those guys. They played very hard, well coached, and we were able to hold on at the end and get a victory.
Can you talk a little bit about your emotions as you see Wes taking the ball down the court, going in the lane and all that?
I was screaming, make a play, make a play. That's what I was telling Wes. So as he's driving down, it's just make a play. Give us what we did well was we gave ourselves a chance. And that's all I can ask of the guys is to give us a chance. And with that chance, Wes drove down and he was able to get fouled and make the 2 free throws, which was even bigger than the foul itself. You know, now you got to go up there with 2.4 seconds and knock down 2 big free throws, and he was able to do it.
Can you put, I mean, you've lost to this team 17 times in a row before today. What does this win mean for this program?
Y'all hit me with these numbers that I have no clue until you, like Toledo's numbers. Now 17 in a row we lost to them? Wait, at home and at BG or just 17 in a row?
Not of this decade. Last one was 2009.
Holy smokes. I didn't know. I'm glad I don't follow that stuff. I'm not one that I don't read into any of that stuff. For me, you know, John, you've been around me long enough. I'm one game at a time. So whatever happened before was before. I'm all about what happens today. And 17. I didn't know that. Gee.
Yeah, and that's why I bring that number up, because I mean, you lose 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. 17.
17 is tremendous. I had no clue. Well, I mean, now it feels even better. You know, it is always nice to win a game. I always feel good no matter who we play. I have I love winning. And, you know, it's a process that you have to build up, and we're still in that process of building it up. And, you know, Akron is the team that, you know, everybody strives to beat. I mean, they won the championship I don't know how many times, and everybody want to build that program to be like Akron, and we're no different. So it feels good that we can take a step closer to Akron. You know, over at Akron, it was a closer game than it was last year. We lost by probably 30 last year at Akron. And, you know, this year coming in, we gave it a game. We lost by 5. So, you know, to get closer to those guys is what you try to do until you can possibly beat them, and today was that day.
And along these lines, your 6th win in league play, a step forward from last year. What does that mean to you and to the program?
It means that we did better than last year. That's the thing. We're still in the process of building it up, so we still have a long way to go, but I like the way we're headed. I like the direction we're going in, and you know, we still got a lot of room, a lot of ways to go before we get to where we want to be. But you know, I'm proud of the guys. The guys fought, and we gave ourselves a chance. That's what it really boils down to.
This was a far different game than the first time around. What did you feel like? I mean, defensively, you were able to do. I mean, obviously contain Johnson, the double team as much as he was able to get it in. But I mean, I guess was there a point coming into this game to really try to contain him and let them shoot?
The biggest thing for us in trying to guard Akron was to limit Johnson as much as he makes them go. Regardless on how many threes they may hit, all the threes that they hit, a lot of them go through him. I mean, you know, when guys send double teams at him, he's able to pick them apart, and he does a great job at it. So our biggest goal was to see if we can contain him. I mean, every time since I've been here that they've beaten us is he's pretty much gotten off, you know, whether it's scoring or just picking us apart with the passes. So you had to try to figure out a way on how we could slow him down. You're not going to stop him. So it was more like, how can we slow him down? And that was both offensively and defensively.
Seemed like you got a lot of help even from the little guys who were coming in off the backside and slapping the ball away from him. You just made that block on him, and he had to contend with a lot of people besides Maggio.
we wanted to keep a crowd around him at all times. We didn't want to give him space to operate. If he has space to operate, he'll kill you. And if all that space that he has, when you finally go, then it's too late because he already found the open man. So we just tried to crowd him as much as possible and have as many bodies around him as possible. And we mixed our coverages up on where we were coming from so he doesn't get used to seeing the same face. So that's what it really boiled down to.
You've lost a lot of real close games, last possession, 2 possessions, and now you've had 3 really big wins where you really came together and pulled it out at the end. Is that a sign that the maturation of a young team, that they're figuring out what to do to come out on the winning end of games like this when the pressure's really on?
We're figuring out a way to win. Like in the beginning, our non-conference prepared us for the conference. We had several close games in the non-conference. San Jose State was one, and was it San Jose? Who do we play over there in California? San Jose State. They got a tip-in at the end of the game where we missed the box out on Rod. He knows he missed the box out, and he hasn't missed one since. So that has helped him in his growth. And then we were able to get that same tip-in at Kent State. So, I mean, it's helped us in winning these games was our non-conference, and it built the momentum for our guys. And hopefully we can carry it into these next 3.
Can you talk a little bit about the defense of the threes? You mentioned the defense on Johnson, but they started out hot, and then after that, it seemed like it was a struggle for them on the threes.
They started out hot because of our mistakes. We didn't execute what we wanted to do. We made a couple mistakes, and they made us pay right away. And then we made that adjustment, and we were able to get back and close out on the shooters. So pretty much all of their threes were contested. We had a hand close to it, or we had a hand that was able to contest the threes. And our guys did a great job of rotating.
Hits a big 3 and makes 2 big free throws. Zach's big shot at the baseline, but Dylan able to make some big shots to keep you guys ahead there at that point. 4 minutes ago, something like that. But for him to be a freshman, I mean, are you surprised at all by the impact that he's had this year already?
No. I've seen Dylan since I was at Miami. When I was an assistant at Miami, I took a real good look at him to see if he can help us at Miami. Once I got the job here, that was the first guy I went after. It was like, hey, if I can get this kid, he's special. And he's showing me why I thought he was special. He's fearless. He's not afraid of the big lights. A lot of times you get the freshmen who kind of, a little intimidated by the big lights and seniors and things like that. And he's not going to back down. He has that chip on his shoulder, and I want him to carry that at all times, and I always remind him of it. So he's special, and I think he has a chance to be very good here.
It seems like he's got strong confidence about him. How important is that for him, I guess, to have that attribute?
I think is very important for him. Where he grew up at in Florida, he was always the smallest and the guy that no one wanted to pick, and he had to prove. He had to go out every day that he played, and he had to go out and prove that he's very good. And nothing's changed here. It's still the same thing. He's still the smallest guy out there, and it's still the same fight. And like I said earlier, he had at Akron, he didn't have his best performance, and that was something that was weighing on him. He wanted to go out and prove to these guys that he belonged, that he can come out here and play with them.
Reminded you as a freshman at all?
I think I was a little faster than he was.
Offensively in this game, was there something in particular that you liked more than everything you saw in your offense? I mean, turnover, I'm looking at a low turnover number, really good free throw shooting. You were able to get some points out on the break, and then there were a lot of good numbers offensively. Is there one in particular that?
The biggest number I would say that stands out to me right now at this stage was the points in the paint. We were able to get 30 to their 26, and they're normally dominant at points in the paint with Johnson down there. So they normally take advantage of that situation, points off turnovers. We had 18 to their 7, and fast break points, 18-4. So our defense was right there, you know, to get stops, and we were able to get out in transition. And once we get out in transition, we're deadly in transition. So those are the numbers that stood out to me the most in saying that. And, you know, guys did a great job of sharing the ball.
And when you talk about the importance of carrying a good game, a big win over a big opponent into Saturday.
For us, it's very big. Hopefully we won't have a letdown. You know, we beat Toledo home and we didn't have a letdown at Kent State. I'm hoping that the same thing can happen on Saturday. Last year, Miami put us to sleep at Miami and was able to beat us. So, you know, our guys got to come out prepared and ready to go from the start.